Hey guys, I don't know if any of you know anyone who is on these psychotropic drugs, mind altering drugs, drugs for people who are bipolar or schizophrenic. It changes them, it changes their personality, it changes a lot of things about them. It even makes them kind of look like if they're very flaccid and their speech pattern is very weak and almost like a drawl. And I noticed that in Angela. I really don't know exactly when she did these videos, but it appears as if she probably was in her maybe latter teens, early 20s. But I noticed in the picture she was smiling a lot. The video she was smiling a lot. And she doesn't seem to be smiling a lot anymore. Well, something happened along the way to derail the laughter. But I have been noticing some things about her, like her speech pattern and the cadence. Her body language, everything is so flat. She's got this flat affect, whereby she's flaccid. Her face is almost mannequin-like. Unlike these pictures where she's full of laughter and smiles, her current state is quite different. She's no longer that happy person. So on her Facebook page, we get a glimpse into who Angela really is because she kind of chronicled her journey. So it just appears to me as if she's always been expressive. She speaks her mind and she has a mouth and it's no filter. Now, granted, she was doing a little bit of swearing, but not like she's doing now. Now it's she doesn't really care almost how much she swears. And so this is a total different individual. And Jaguar Wright is not quelling the cussing fest. In fact, she's throwing some more fuel to the fire. Legina feels very comfortable around Jaguar because Jaguar is swearing just as much as she is. But getting back to her facial expression, and as it is now, or lack of enough facial expression, it's actually a flat affect. And usually when a person's on psychotropic drugs, mind altering drugs for bipolar or schizophrenia, that's one of the side effects. According to Google, the definition of a flat affect is lack of body language and gestures. And we see that with Legina. She doesn't do a lot of hand movement or her body is not moving to different verbal communication. Minimal amount or absent facial expression, lack of shifts in speech tone. We see that in Angela. Very minimal facial expression, almost like a mannequin. And the lack of shifts in speech tone. Her tone of speech is flat. There's no deviation, up and down cadence. So I think that is a byproduct of the medication. I'm not a nurse, a doctor, a therapist, a counselor. However, I'm reading what it says on Google as well as the Mayo Clinic and all the signs and the symptoms when a person has been diagnosed with bipolar disorder or schizophrenia, which is a very, very common side effect of psychotropics because the videos that she have on her channel on Facebook shows a very more relaxed Legina as well as the speech pattern and the tone is very different, very jolly and typical teenager. But it's definitely a personality change. So let's take a listen as to what she had to say.
My dad is Ghanaian, and my mom, she's from Detroit, Michigan. So she grew up in the hood. Most of my ancestors is in Detroit, from my mom's side. So I come in the middle, so I get the bullshit. I get the black kids, African booty scratcher type of shit, or some little, what is they yell? I do have a little bit of cultural difference than other people. in the Black community. That is intriguing. A lot of people nice, but a lot of people is mean. Like this grown ass nigga, he talking about you're not from Detroit. You're African. You not black. You're African. I'm like, bitch, I was born here. And bitch, we got the same DNA. It don't matter if I call myself black or African, bitch. I know a lot of Gemini people. My mother is a Gemini. My sister, my brother. And when I used to tell people I was a Gemini, they used to say, oh, you're a Gemini? Do you have a twin? And I'm like, yeah. How do you know I have a twin? Because I have a twin brother. Like, and they're like, you do? I'm like, I thought you knew because you asked did I have a twin. Like, you knew I had a twin. But I didn't know that at the time that Gemini was the symbol for twin. So I am a twin Gemini. A birth by Gemini. So I get the ship. I feel like I don't have what's for personality. Like, two-faced one, because I feel like my twin took it out. So, but then again, he was not, so I don't know. Let me stop.
Her father is from Ghana. Her mother is from Detroit, and a lot of her family on her mother's side resides in Detroit. So this is very telling, isn't it? She admits to having a twin brother, and she was so happy at that time. So something must have happened to cause her to have this personality split, a detachment from reality, where she went into this fantasy world. Now here we see some baby pictures. You guys recall a couple of days ago in one of the videos, she said, I dare anybody to come up with baby pictures when I was 3. I have no pictures when I was 3, so I don't belong to these people. Well, here's a picture of her even younger than 3. She's on the right side. So the caption below says, shelter resident Nana Owusu holds his twin babies, Elijah left and Angela. So apparently at some point when these kids were babies, the father and probably the mother as well were homeless and living in a shelter. Here's another picture of Angela and her twin brother. I guess they were about maybe 4 years old. And the woman appears to be her mother. Here's another picture of Angela competing in the Special Olympics. The other children's faces are blotted out for privacy purposes. And this is the bottom half of the same picture. She is posed here with her teacher. The face is blotted out. But it seems as if she was a leader of the pack. Even then, she was a leader. Here is Angela's twin brother, Elijah. His name is written on the picture. But folks, he is finer than wine. Now, Elijah is also expecting twins. His fiancée announced a few days ago that she's pregnant, almost ready to deliver twins. So twins seem to run in this family. Here's a note tying Angela to her brother. It says, happy birthday to my sister and brother, Eli King Bruce, and then Angela Owusu after. Here is Angela's mother. She's a very good-looking woman. Now I see where the kids get their good looks. But currently, they said she had some type of a stroke, and she's aphasic. She cannot speak. And she's in some type of a wheelchair, I understand, because the stroke left her unable to walk properly. So the pictures are being released slowly by the family. And also, if you go on Angela's Facebook, you can gather up some information also. But the point is, this young woman who claims to be Legina Gold is not Legina Gold. She's Owusu. So in this video, folks, you're going to hear her saying that she does not have a personality because she feels as though her twin took it all. And maybe growing up, she just probably felt maybe her self-esteem was low because maybe her twin was favored and maybe all the attention was given to him, not only in the home but outside of the home. And so she felt like an outcast. This is all alleged, but you guys saw his picture. He's a very handsome man. So let's listen to this footage of what Angela had to say, tying her into her family, her real family.
My dad is Ghanaian, and my mom, she's from Detroit, Michigan. So she grew up in the hood. Most of my ancestors is in Detroit. Well, from my mom's side. So I come in the middle. So I get the bullshit. I get the black kids, African booty scratcher type of shit, or some little, what is they yell? I do have a little bit of cultural difference than other people in the black community. That is intriguing. A lot of people nice, but a lot of people is mean. Like this grown ass nigga, he talking about you're not from Detroit, you're African. You not black, you're African. I'm like, bitch, I was born here. And bitch, we got the same DNA. It don't matter if I call myself black or African, bitch. I know a lot of Gemini people. My mother is a Gemini, my sister, my brother. And when I used to tell people I was a Gemini, they used to say, oh, you're a Gemini, do you have a twin? And I'm like, yeah, how do you know I have a twin? Because I have a twin brother. Like, and they're like, you do? I'm like, I thought you knew because you asked did I have a twin. Like, you knew I had a twin. But I didn't know that at the time that Gemini was the symbol for twin. So I am a twin Gemini. Birth by Gemini. So I get the ship. I feel like I don't have what's for personality. Like, two-faced one, because I feel like my twin took it out. So, but then again, he was not. So I don't know.
Okay, guys, that is pretty much the end of that part of the video, but I wanted to address Legina calling the cops on Goomba the other day. I think it was 2 days ago. She called the cops. She admitted to it, by the way. In one of the video clips, Jaguar was questioning her, and she led up to that question of why did you call the cops on Goomba? And she said, well, he was putting hands on you. And I guess if Angela is around, she's not going to allow Goomba to assault Jaguar. So it became very apparent to me that Jaguar did not put her up to it. She called independently to get the cops involved in protecting Jaguar. So I guess Goomba is really salty, he's angry because Jaguar have gotten another protector. First it was Solar, now it's Legina. Now he can't put his hands on Jaguar without the cops being involved. So Jaguar is tickled pink. She got somebody up in her corner that he can't touch. He can't do with Legina like he did with Solar. Because remember, Solar was there to be in Jaguar's corner also. She got all these young people that she's recruiting to be up against her husband. And I don't know why she keeps involving them. Anywho, so she got now her new sidekick, Legina, to be in her corner. And Goomba is pissed off because he can't do Legina nothing. He can't fight her. He can't throw her out. He can't do nothing. So his hands are tied. And Jaguar is just so tickled pink. Hey, honey, what you doing? Hey, Goomba, what you doing, Goomba? You know, she was agitating him when he said, I'm ready to hit the road when they were in that Chinese restaurant. She was agitating that man. I said, look at this woman. If Goomba had gotten up and bopped her over the head, she would have hollered, and then her little sidekick would have called the cops. So he couldn't do nothing but sit there and sulk. So, guys, you know, I was wondering why we never see Goomba interacting with Legina, and now I know why. He don't like the fact that she's there. He is not going to tell her anything because he don't want her to, since she's got this schizophrenia and all these other mental health issues, he is staying very clear away from her because he don't want her accusing him of anything. And that's the wisest thing he can do. But if I were in his shoe and Jaguar don't want to listen to get this young woman out of her house, I would have probably packed my bags and left her, because she put him in danger of Legina accusing him of rape. She can cry rape at any time because remember, she makes stuff up. So it's a very dangerous situation that Jaguar put her husband in. YouTubers, drop your comments. Do you feel it was right for Legina to call the cops on Goomba? Over and out. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel and to this video. Hit all those bells, please, before leaving. Thank you for watching.